Well, I don't know if we're live right now, but Roland bn20 live chat, guys. I don't know if anybody's getting the alert. I'm just getting set up now. You'll have to bear with me during this, but I'm printing and cutting while we're doing this live chat. So just gonna wait a little bit for people to get in, and we'll go from there. Just general discussion, talk about the Roland bn20. It's a very popular printer, entry level for a lot of people. So we're gonna go ahead and just have a chat about it tonight while it's printing. That's live printing now, so. So I don't know if anybody's in yet. I'm quite new to doing these lives, so I'm gonna do the best I can. All right. So if anybody's in yet and you can hear me, say something. It looks like there's people in here. I don't know who by name, but go ahead and hit that thumbs up too, guys. I appreciate it. This is gonna be my real official live, intentionally, not as a test. So, but it's Roland bn20 talk, and let's talk about it. So we got some people coming in. I think we'll just wait for more people. I'm in no hurry. I got a lot of time tonight. As you see, the cutter is printing and cutting. Those are, I think, about it. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are like 1.5 inches wide, and they're Chicago bean stickers. And if you ever been to Chicago or heard of Chicago, there's a bean downtown that was made by an artist, and it's a beautiful display. You go down there, it's mirror image polished, and that's what that is. So I do a lot of Chicago stickers, stuff like that. We got we're getting more people coming in, guys. If you can hear me, say something. If the audio's good, the videos are good. The printer is printing live right now, and hey, Romania. Oh, we got a Romania. Awesome. Did you just happen to see the live like on the page, or are you subscribed? Either way, I appreciate you coming in and watching. I see people coming and going. Hey, how's it going? Man, you're a long time viewer. I've seen you on a lot of the print pages on YouTube. Cool. Hey, Lily, how are you? This is kind of like my first live. I don't have my glasses on because it's harder for me to see the screen with my glasses on. I don't have real bad eyes, but it's easier without. So I turned the lights off just so I can get a good focus on the printer going. How's it going, Juan? Thanks for joining, guys. I really appreciate it. This is my first intentional live, chat. So we're talking about the Roland bn20, but we could talk about anything. I'm not leaving it only for that. I feel kind of awkward. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't do these. Like, I have YouTube channels that've been around for 15 years, and one of them is called RC10 CNC. I've been around for a long time. I've never had my face in those videos. It's quite funny, but I've done it with my son. So, it seems like with these videos, a lot of people like that. I like it too. I don't like looking at myself in video, but I definitely like it. So, but I appreciate you guys joining. Hit that like button. I appreciate it. Go Cool. You've been following bn20 videos. Oh, nice. So you subscribed because of the bn20, and I've only had it for a few months. So up until then, it was Epson label machines, Primera LX610s, and of course my HP Latex. And I do Roland DTG printing, and also I have a laser engraver. So yeah, I mean, it's cool that you found it through the bn20 because it seems like there's a lot. Hi Denise, how are you? It's kind of, hey Dom, how's it going? No, you're not late at all. It's like within 10 minutes. I literally just got on here. So it's nice seeing a lot of friendly names, a lot of familiar face names, I guess you could say. I got the printer going live right now, so I'm just printing up the beans, if you didn't catch that. It's a Chicago bean that's downtown, and it's a big art display that's in one of the parks downtown. I think it's Grant Park. And if you've ever been there, it's real huge, and you can walk under it, and it's real shiny, polished. So I'm doing a bunch of these print cut stickers, so you'll get to see the printing and cutting of those. I'm doing, I don't know, like 1,000 of them, something like that. So I appreciate you guys coming in, seeing all these familiar names. Right now we got nine watching. So I figured I'd get people that didn't really know that follow the bn20s, because I'm not gonna lie, I get tons of questions on this printer, guys. Yes, it prints slow, but if you manage your time right, it's not that bad. I mean, those are 1.5-inch stickers. Now it's doing the cutting right now. And what makes it slow is the cutting mechanism. The way it cuts is different than a lot of cutters, where a lot of them work with electromagnetic type, coil springs where it just snaps them on and off. Whereas this just spins a screw, like a lead screw. So that's why the cutting is slower on these. But if you're going to do jobs like these and print, you could print and cut these. I'm only doing in sets of, I don't even know, 18 or something. I don't even know. But yeah, you just let it go, and you just, like I said in my rant video, you can just go all day long, So, oh, you're cool. You got family from Chicago. That's sweet. Now I hope we don't get any trolls that come through. I don't I don't know anything about setting up the moderations or anything like that. So if I see something, I apologize in advance if somebody says something that's inappropriate. So it's cool to just see that we got 9 people. I know a lot of people do lives on the weekend, so I was really trying to get on a little bit earlier to not overlap some of the channels like Rye and Wands and Waldo's. I watch all you guys. I enjoy everybody's. Like in my shop, I have you guys on my TVs. I have 2 TVs down here, and I just have your guys' lives playing. So a lot of times I'm in there, I'm not chatting. So I didn't want to overlap with a live myself, but I'm trying to figure out and pick a time where I can do it the same time as everybody else. So yeah, I mean, does anybody have any questions on this printer? This is an awesome little printer, guys, for entry level. Anybody that wants to get started, doesn't have a lot of room, and you're not breaking the bank with this printer. You can buy a generic ink that works just as good as the regular. Unlike the latex, you got to buy original latex ink, so you're going to spend a lot more money. So it's doing in groups of 9, so 18. So it's printing 18 and cutting 18 at a time. And it's doing, I do that because what I talked about in another video is if you just do like maybe 5 feet and you have a jam up, or I mean, what if you run out of media and you haven't noticed? Then you lose all those cuts in before that. So I like to do it in between. Then you can cut them off and work with them as you're going. It works out pretty well. So what materials have you been using? Do you cut your own rolls down, or have you been able to find 20s? So listen, guys, every website, not every, but a lot of website that sells the bn20, excuse me, sells 20-inch media for it. I do have a local sign company, a sign supply company called Sign Outlet. They sell media in the 20-inch market, and they also cut down. So right now I'm printing on Oracal 3164. I like it because it prints really well. So they sell that in 20s, and a lot of places sell it, but they sell it in 54s too. So you can cut them down. I need a drink. So you can cut them down. So I get a 54. I did it once so far because I haven't done a lot, but I get a 54-inch roll. I'll knock 30 off of it, and then knock another 20. Boom. I'm right there. Whatever's left over, I'll leave. So if I cut for the Roland, I'll cut 20, and then whatever's left over, 34, I'll use it to print on my latex, and then I could still use both on the same media. I also had HP Prime Air from the latex cut down to run on the Roland, and that runs really well too. I did notice I used the Green Star stuff from US Cutter, not so great. There's like I don't know what you call it, I don't know if they call it plasticizer or not, but on the media itself, it didn't look great with media gradients. And I do a lot of gradient printing for bright colors that I do, and it did terrible. And it's really thick. I thought I was going to like the thick material because when you perf cut it, it comes out really nice, but it doesn't print really good on the Roland for some reason. That's the only one. I've tried Orcal, I've tried regular white vinyl that I had for vinyl 3M stuff, some transparent. I think it's 36, 30, 10. I think that's the white. I print on that. Man, that's pretty cool. Then you can light it up. And I would use a profile where it would knock out black really opaque. So, yeah, cool. Yeah, well, I try to support everybody. You know, I knew there would become a time where I'd want to do lives, and you guys would support me too. I mean, it's great. I mean, the networking between all you guys is really tight. It seems like it, anyways. Can you print on canvas? I heard you can print on canvases. I have not. I don't see why you couldn't. Longs, I think you got 32 mils max, I think, for the Roland. If not, it's close to that. But I have not. But I've read and seen online that you can. Follow the leader. What's going on, Mike? Well, yeah, I mean, I know for sure you can print on canvas, but the Roland bn20 is a little bit different because the way it feeds media in, you don't got a lot of room. So I mean, a 32 mil is probably enough for most materials, because I think when I do motorcycle graphics on my latex, I use 14 and 18 mil, so it's still under 20 mil with the vinyl, with HP Prime Air or any other cast that I use. So with that, I've done 8 mil clear over 4 mil, so no problem. But the thickness is okay, but obviously you're not going to cut anything with, other than vinyl. I did try perforating cutting. Okay, so there's two ways to do the perforating cutting. No Escape, cool name. So you can do here's what makes the bn20 shitty. It's just, if you actually use the perf cut contour control, the palette, it's terrible, because wherever you set your tabs, if anybody's ever tab or perf cutting with any kind of vinyl, you set your tab lengths and your cut lengths. It's a nightmare going up and down with the cutter. That's what makes it slow, is that cutter. So there's another technique you could do where you just set 2 cut contours, one for your kiss cut and one for your perf cut. And you could do trial and error. I've tested it. You go just enough pressure where it cuts through and they pop out. I wouldn't do it normally because that plastic strip. But there's people on the Facebook groups that do it, and the guy's like, you get it right, you get it set up right, you can perf cut using the cut contour where there's no tabs, and they peel out. And I've done it, but I just don't want to go through the strip, and I use the HP latex and my Suma cutter for that anyways, and it cuts like butter, perf cuts like butter. But get a separate cutter, then you could do it like on a Roland cutter or something like that. Got to try to read up some of these comments here. Yeah, that's a good canvas, Mike. I read on that one, because I was going to do something from my my latex. 3609, 17 mil. Yeah, most of those will work. Really sure. Mike Hughes, what's happening? But Mike is one of my first 2 membership joinees. I appreciate that. There's a couple other people too. I just did it because every little bit helps with the channel. I bought a lot of equipment out of my own pocket. I don't make big bucks like a lot of you guys, because for me, starting out was more of a hobby. So I have a full-time job. As you guys know, I work for a big commercial sign company. I'm a commercial sign graphic designer. That's what I do. So this thing at home started because, I did CNC for years and laser for years. But because I got COVID and I almost died in the hospital, I didn't know if I was going back to work. So that's why I went out and spent $20,000 on my equipment, because I wasn't sure if I was going back. So Why not? Why not have membership? I'm not. I'll always give away anything for free, guys. I just appreciate the extra that everyone's been doing. The channel's been growing pretty fast. I personally don't think I do great videos. I edit like crap. I mean, I barely edit. I just use OBS Studio like everybody else and throw stuff in there. The video's live though. I mean, that's going live right now, or on here, right here. And I appreciate the memberships from everybody. So, and then hit that thumbs up. I don't know if you've hit it up, but I appreciate it. Let me see if I can read some more comments. Man, a lot of familiar faces. And I see my first spam there. Don't click on any of those links, guys. Do I use the ICC profiles or just VersaWorks color? I use profiles. If you understand profiles, saturations, colors, outputs, everything, when you're working with Corel, Illustrator, Affinity, I really like Affinity, you have to pay attention to how your output of those files. I really prefer do EPS or TIFFs, always. But they're resource hags. I mean, they really eat up your resource. So I found I can get good colors matching through my PDF when I just do native selection in my color tab in Corel. But in VersaWorks, I like VersaWorks native color profiles more than I like using Flexi. And Flexi output it's probably the worst. But I find ways to work my colors. I'll set them up in Corel or whatever, and then I'll find the right way in Flexi, then I'll save them. But I wish I had Onyx. Maybe I'd do that one day. At work we have that. But VersaWorks is more simpler, but I feel like after I did my color, printed my charts, I think VersaWorks finds the colors easier using their standard profiles. Like I use that True Color 3 with Draft 2 on Roland in VersaWorks. I mean, it prints fast and it prints good. You get no banding. And that's what I'm doing right now, actually. So those are 1.5 wide by, I think, maybe 3/4 inch tall, maybe 1 inch. I'm not even sure exactly. But that's what I'll do. I'll use the VersaWorks profile, and if the colors are way off, let me show you. I printed up all my charts. I printed up these on the Roland. So you find your color. You find your color, and you could match it. It's easy. So I mean, I've been happy. I mean, honestly, if I were to do another printer, I might consider a TrueViz, something nice and big. But I don't need it because I do banners mostly. 80% are banners and solid spot color decals. A lot of them. So Latex does perfect for that. I mean, I really like the Latex with that, and it's fast. It's just ridiculous fast. I mean, with the banners, you don't really have to worry about quality so much. I mean, you don't see that. It's 10 footers or more, you know. So I really enjoy the Latex for that. But I'll tell you, I mean, you guys that say this bn20 slow, it is. But you know what? It's still a vinyl printer. It's still printing. And for people on a budget, I mean, I really wasn't on a budget. I really wasn't looking for it. It was kind of presented to me as an offer. And I took them up on it. And I'm glad I did because I really love this thing. If you follow my channel, I had a little printer called an LX610. It was great for my product Decals. Because I do CNC custom parts, RC parts. That's what I've done for years. And I would include stickers with everything. So it was nice having an LX610 where I could just run one-offs and then just pack them in the box as I need them. And that's how I treat the bn20 now too. When I set up my prints, I set them up where I could just print and cut and throw them in the box. Real easy. So it's nice because within VersaWorks you have different tabs for different jobs and settings where you could load up all, like say, my product decals in one category and then just print them all day, select the one. So it's just like a regular home printer running when you need to print something. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to see if I can get some of these comments here because it's so hard for me to see way down there. Do you think the Sugar Hill is better on DMC? Okay. I love Run DMC. Make that money. Yep. We got a couple advertisers spammers in here, guys. Let me see what I can do with these. I'm going to go ahead and do anything. I don't know what I'm doing. No, I'm not going to touch that. So the printer stopped. Let's see. I was doing... Yeah, it ran 5 sets of those. And I got to run hundreds of them. So opposite for me, Onyx was crap. Oh, you didn't like Onyx? Well, I never, Mike. I don't have a lot of experience on. I don't know if I'm talking too loud. I got one of those external mics. I don't have a lot of experience with Onyx. I know they use it at work, and there's a lot more settings, I guess, of control. But it's a service, and I don't think it's worth paying for it. To be honest with you, I don't. I don't want to shell out any extra monthly fees, that I already have. So you like Flexi? I don't mind Flexi either. I like it. It flows great with the latex. I love using it, the workflow through my latex. Sorry. Where are your glasses? Yeah, I know. I was just talking about it, and what I was saying is I can't. I'm farsighted. I can't see the screen when I wear them. Waldo, the DTF prints on these are great. I mean, I can't. You literally can't feel this. Well, this is the shirt I bought to support you. So it's a great cause. I always like to try to support people when there's hard times and things like that. So this is the shirt from Waldo that I'm wearing here. Version okay. Where'd you get the files for those printouts? The bean? Oh, I stole it from Google. I stole it from Google and made my own and kind of altered them. Isn't that what everybody does? It's a bean. I mean, just draw a bean and put some chrome background on it. It's, those are pretty simple to do. I've been thinking of Muto, Valley Jet. I don't see. I'm not the biggest fan of Mutos or Mamakis. We've used them in my shop at the printing at the sign company I work at, in the print shop area where I worked at. We had Mutos, we have Mamakis in the past. Just a lot of maintenance in the past. Maybe they're great now, and even if you get like the smaller value jets or the prism jets, you're gonna save a little money. And now they got print cuts too, the small ones, right? So those aren't bad. I mean, I'm liking the EcoSol more and more now as the technology has gotten better. But in the past, I wasn't as the biggest fan. I'll be honest, I wasn't. I was always a Roland fan. I worked for a Roland dealer, and we installed printers, and I ran the print shop over 15 years ago. I mean, they've grown way. I think the technology has gotten so much better. I personally never got to play with the Truvis though. I have the two Mutos, although not familiar with that model specifically. No, it works. There's the maybe 24. Yeah, the 24 isn't bad because you get a lot more material, right? There's a lot more availability for the 24 inch. I did not mess with that software, Waldo, not yet, because I have like 15 ThinkPads. I use a ThinkPad for every piece of equipment. I don't share equipment and printers. I'm sorry, well, laptops and printers, because if I have a crash, I don't want to shut everything down. Because if I have 2 or 3 things running at once, I don't want to shut everything down. So I'm dedicating another ThinkPad just for that printer. So Waldo sent me the UV printer that he did some videos on, and I'm going to play around with it and let's see what we can do with it. So I appreciate Waldo reaching out to me to doing that. I'm a techie person. I love equipment. Even if it doesn't work, I like to get it to work. That's how I've always been. And see what we can do. So it uses that acro rip. Man, that acro is a real shitstorm, I'll tell you that. It says it's Trojan viruses, but I'm going to use a computer where I really don't care what it does. So I'll open up all the firewalls. No. Not the bean I meant. Oh, the color sheets? Which color sheets are you talking about? I'm sorry. I went on about that bean for no reason. He's like, not the bean. I meant the color sheets. What color sheets are we talking about? Hey, we got 12 watching. I can't believe I got 12 people that even came to my channel. So, any other bn20 questions? I know a lot of us here, a lot of these people here, we're more established. I mean, I only stepped down to the bn20 because it was a situation I was presented with. So, but I was watching Derek's videos, print shop guy, him and his wife. I've been watching them guys since they started. I wanted to be in 20 when they first got it. Even though I had opportunity to get other printers, I just thought that thing was cool because it was a print cut. Yeah, we know print cut is not the best, especially for that one. Even if it was a larger 300s or whatever, I guess a lot of people say that, you know, when you print cut, the backing fibers can clog up your nozzles on your ink heads, and very well. I mean, it sounds logical to me, but I am going to use a lot of HTV where there is no dust, because all HTV backing is plastic. We know that, and all vinyl except for translucent 3M is paper too. So, so you can deal with that. Let's see. Mike, you do a lot of floor wraps. I saw in the chat earlier today, and man, you said you do tons, like 3 or 4 a week. I've watched your lives laying those down. They I bet those make good money. I don't even know what you charge. Is it just a normal square footage fee, like you're just doing signage, or because they're temporary? I mean, are you charging cheaper? What's the deal with that? You mean just printouts like Dom? Or I'm sorry, yeah, Dom. Are you talking about just printing solids with profiles? I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. I'm sorry if I miss any comments up there. I apologize in advance. Let me see if I could spread this up here. Welcome, Jimmy. Appreciate it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to give mods to people, because I won't be able to keep up with that stuff. Oh yeah, semi-cheaper due to the sizes. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of them look like 10 or 12 foot squares, right? Is that what they look like? Neat idea. Think about using like glow in the dark vinyl, where black lights would shine on the floor, light them up. Do you ever do anything like that? Or those interaction lights? I've seen those at the malls years ago. My kids would run and move kickballs around that were filming on there. So. Oh, you're talking about the color charts, Dom. Yeah, so what you do is reach out to me, email me. If you want some color chart files, I'll send them to you. Those happen to be vector ones. I've downloaded some in the past. A lot of people get them. They're JPEGs, and I don't like printing those. I like printing actual spot color PMS, like vectors, because then you'll really know what your printer does. However, you could print them in JPEG. You can print them any way you want to see what your printer does, because you want to see what they are. But reach out to me, Dom. I'll send you some print. I'll send you those. I think I have the PDFs. Just give me a little bit of time. I'd have to look for them. But I know I have them in here. So, but I did a lot of swapping around with computers. I changed my Flexi to one of my gaming laptop ThinkPads because of the video card. I wanted to see if I can process them a little bit faster. So I don't know what computer. I have 4 ThinkPad laptops sitting here for all different computers. Printers. I got rid of the Epson. It's gone. I know some of you guys reached out to me. Maybe you thought the price was too high, but I wasn't trying to rip anybody off. But great printer. I mean, they're just great printers. If you guys got one of those Epson 6500, oh man, I love that thing. I would consider it a photo printer, actually. Let me see. All right. Those wraps were dope. Yeah, Mike does a lot of them. Mike, I heard you actually had a shop before, because it doesn't look like you're just. It doesn't look like you just started out of a garage. I haven't seen any of your old videos if you had anything like that, but 16:8:12, man, those are huge. How are you printing with the window down? Oh, you mean because of there's this, what window? Oh, you mean on the printer? Look in the top corner up there. Let me see if I can point to it. It's right in the top. I got a little piece of paper stuck in there to hold the sensor, the little relay switch. Otherwise, you get a glare on that glass there. You know what I mean? If I put that up, you'd see that glare. It's terrible. So that's what I did. I have a little piece of paper in there holding the relay switch in. Hey, so that's all right, cool. What I'm curious about, because I don't like the JPEGs. Yeah, I don't like the JPEGs either. So I'll send you the files what I got, Dom, and then tell me if it'll work for you. Is that Roland bn20? Yeah, Jimmy, it's a bn20. That was kind of the reason for this live chat, was for I don't know, is the video titled that? Can I change it? I thought I titled it bn20 talk. I guess I can. All right, live Roland. Let's change it, guys. Can I